Hi everyone. So we're focusing right now on Ahavas Yisroel in order to bring Moshiach. Please God, Hashem is going to look down on his children and see us loving each other, and that's going to be the final push. So let's talk about baseless hatred for a minute, because it says that's why the temple was destroyed. So we need to know what it is so that we don't do it. And a lot of people are quite surprised when they hear the definition. Because the definition of baseless hatred is when we decide that we dislike our fellow Jew because of a quality they have or something that they did or something about them that we disagree with. And you might say, but that's not baseless. I dislike them based on this particular issue I have with them, right? But the Torah tells us, no, that's baseless hatred because Hashem doesn't want us to hate each other. So it's a beautiful idea, right? But the problem is that when we are actually faced with a situation where things are happening in the world and we feel that it's because of our fellow Jew who voted a certain way, or in our personal life, we see things that are happening in our life and we feel it's the fault of someone because of something they said to someone else or some way they wronged us, that's when our emotions start getting riled up and we really start to feel justified in our hatred. We're like, no, this time I really have a reason to be upset with them. And still, Hashem wants us to love our fellow. So what are we supposed to think when we see things around us and we truly feel like it's the fault of certain people? It's a good question. And the Tanya gives us the answer to that. Because according to the Tanya, anything that happens in the world at large or in our personal lives is actually between us and Hashem. And to bring another source for this idea, it says in Shari B'Tachon, a pre-Musar sefer that was written by Rabbeinu Bachaya ben Pekuda. It's a beautiful sefer, and the Rebbe said to learn specifically the chapter, The Gate of Trust. He says in there, no one can harm us or benefit us but God. And therefore we should always only look to God. And this is what we need to meditate on. So you might say, but wait, but this person did this thing. And that's true. But it says in the Tanya that God has many agents. So if something is meant to happen in the world or something is meant to happen in our life, it's from God. God is going to find an agent to bring that thing about. And yes, if a person happens to be an agent of something negative, then they have tshuva to do, but that's between them and God. Between us and God, we have to look at the world as if it was created just for us. And it's our job to fix it. And so if there's something in our life or something in the world that needs fixing, the first place that we need to look to is our own heart. And we need to do tshuva for whatever it is that we need to do tshuva for. And so please God, Hashem should give us the humility to only look at our fellow with compassion. And if we have something that we see that needs fixing, that we should look to ourselves, to do whatever we can do to make a difference, and to look to Hashem. And that's it. And in the merit of the humility to look in our own hearts and rectify what we need to rectify, and to look at our fellow with compassion and humility, Hashem should bring Moshiach immediately.